Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Little Red Rooster TV, show number 22. So this is mid-February, early February actually, the second week in February. And it's the week that 50 years ago, the Beatles were on the Ed Sullivan Show. And I recently did a video on why I love America. And my friend Garith Powel, who he and I played together in the early 60s, or mid-60s, 65, 66, in a band called The Concern. Actually, it was 65. And he said, where were the Beatles in your talk? And, you know, he was right. I did leave out the English bands because my little talk was about America. But I must say, out of any bands, or any single band in the world, band that changed America more than any other band was the Beatles. If you go back into that time period and look at the people that got into music, the number of people that got into music, I think based on their enthusiasm, the different type of band that they were, where each person unto himself was his own entity, each person found their own voice, they were just special. I mean, there was no doubt about it. I remember being at Tower Records in South Sacramento at the Southgate Shopping Center in 1963. I was 16 years old. The next year I would be, or actually 16 going to 17. And I saw this record, and it was the Beatles, and they were on VJ. And I don't know what made me say it, but my sister brought it up the other day. I looked at those guys and I said, you know, these guys are going to be big. I don't know why that was. I mean, you know, but basically they were. And it's a mind-blowing experience to see after 50 years the impact. And it was great seeing them the other night on TV. I just wanted to give a shout out to the Beatles because what an incredible band they were. And, you know, all the things that they said and did, the wisdom that came through. I think one thing that was interesting about them is that they were streetwise, but they still had enough sophistication and class. And I talk about this, they had a certain kind of a filter where I knew at all times John Lennon could go out and get struffy with Mick Jagger, you know, possibly even whoop him, I don't know. But the Beatles, you know, were wearing the suits and, you know, getting into the high-end people in England and America. So, yeah, let's give it to them, the Beatles. This is Gene Thorpe, Little Red Rooster TV. Here, let me just say one last thing. If you go onto YouTube, there are many other articles and memos and stuff on the Beatles. I mean, let's just give it a little whirl. I think that basically what's going to happen, you're going to see an upsurgence, an upswing in live music because people are going to get excited again about that type of thing. So this is Gene Thorpe, Little Red Rooster TV, show number 22, signing out. Thank you.